I'm Tony Ogorek. I am here with Portfolio Manager Jeff Viksjo. Welcome to this edition of Chart Talk. Jeff, today we've got sort of an interesting chart which takes a look at energy usage from about 1800 to the present. And, one of the most striking things to me, is the exponential growth really since post-World War II, about from 1950 to the present in energy use globally. It's just increased incredibly.
Yeah, and Tony, that's not going away. That's going to continue to increase. It's really just where is the energy going to come from? If you go back all the way to the 1800s, it started with wood. That's where we got our energy from. And then, early, somewhere in the 1800s, we started to go from coal. That's the gray on the chart. Early 1900s, it started to shift to oil. That's the tan. And then natural gas is the purple. These are your sort of traditional sources of energy. The renewables, which we hear so much about, they're all in the news, everyone going to carbon neutral. They're not even worth pointing out on this chart, Tony, because they're so small.
Yeah. And so I think a couple of interesting takeaways, Jeff. First is that really it's taken the better part of 100 years for oil and for coal to establish their positions globally, and a little bit less with natural gas. And second, that when you look at these new energy companies that we've got, it's really difficult to know who is going to be the next Exxon, for example, of renewables, and it may take decades to find out that answer. So these are really a sort of a cautionary tales for people looking at this chart.
Yeah, well, the growth potential for renewables is undeniable. Like you said, Tony, we don't even know which source of energy is going to be the winner, whether hydrogen, solar, or wind, let alone which companies within those.
Yeah. So as we say often, Jeff, caveat emptor, buyer beware, especially when you're looking at renewable companies. Thank you for joining us in this edition of Chart Talk. We look forward to seeing you at our next talk.